quite literally pains me to say this, but the movie was better than the book. This book was not initially on my radar. In fact, the movie itself, I did not really care to see. Some nondescript white man, Sydney Sweeney, whatever. My best friend, though, she has read the book, and so she really wanted to see it, and so we did. All of this is to say, I just finished The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I give the book gladiator treatment. It was fine. And I think that my perspective on that comes from seeing the movie beforehand. Starting with the plot, starting with the story itself. Millie is a convict. She's an ex-con. She spent the last 10 years in prison, and you would never guess what landed her there. She is out on parole, and she is looking for a job. She comes across an ad for a job as a housemaid, and she takes it. It seems too good to be true, and as with all things, it quite literally is. We start the journey with her to find out what is actually happening. Who's the crazy person here? Because I'm not crazy, so it has to be you guys. This genre doesn't normally work for me. I feel like that the author is trying really hard to make it hard to guess, and so they try to put a super twist on it, and it just doesn't really work. And so this is where I'm going to cut you off. If you do not want spoilers, scroll away now. As with a lot of entertainment these days, they kind of spoon feed you. And so in the very beginning, you get this. My husband says that these steps are going to be the death of me and break my neck someday. The steps are going to be the thing that ends somebody's life. If you're familiar with the story, Nina gets kind of guilty because the situation she left Millie in, and so she gets worried, and so she goes back. In the movie, she's going up to the room because she thinks Millie is being kept there, and she opens the door, and Andrew busts out, and he's trying to get revenge on Millie and Nina. He's coming for him, and he thinks Millie's gotten away, and he corners Nina, and there's this moment where what's going to happen? And Millie pushes him down the stairs, and he breaks his neck. And it kind of, the cherry on top moment, it's a very high action. The book, by contrast, Nina gets guilty about the situation she left Millie in because Enzo, the gardener, has told her that Millie hasn't left the house in several days. And so he's starting to worry. She gets to the house. She goes up the stairs to the room. She opens the door thinking she's going to find Millie in there. And wouldn't you know, Andrew's on the ground. And he's done for. No chasing, no anything exciting. Just turns out that Millie kept him locked away for too long and he dehydrated. It just didn't work. Do I recommend it? It's not bad per se. I would give trigger warnings. Again, this is very heavy content, and so you have to keep that in mind. I would encourage you to look up any of these triggers. Will I be moving forward in the series? They did leave it open, and it looks like by the books that this is a whole series. I don't think that it's calling to me at this point.